Alright friends, if you saw the other video, you saw the problem that we were having with controlling the directional on the chute on the snowblower on the back of the TYM 654. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put this device in line on both ends, and this is a flow control. This particular one happens to be a Parker. There's others available. This is a 3/8 NPT. That's matching the fittings that's on there. This will be in line with the JIC female swivel and the JIC male. If you can look closely here, you can see the symbol. This particular unit in this direction of flow is controlled by a needle valve, and this direction of flow is controlled by nothing. In this direction, you can't pass the check valve. You have to go through the needle flow control. In this direction, you don't need the needle flow control, you pass the check valve. So that's how we're going to flow or control the flow of the hydraulic cylinder that turns the directional chute for the snowblower. There's a kind of a rack and pinion system on there. It's not really a rack and pinion. What is it? Yeah, it is sort of. It's a crescent gear that's driving the pinion, which is the chute. So I'll show you that in detail. But what we're doing is we're going to slow it down because it's uncontrollable. You overshoot and it slams, and that's just a disaster. And it's, you know, this is something that we're going to add to the remote outlets on the tractor. This will work for just about anything that you want to slow down, especially cylinders, with bidirectional cylinders. So let me get this set up. I'm going to, you don't want to see me screw this in, that's boring. So I'm going to set these two up. We're going to screw the fittings in. Of course, we're going to be using pipe sealant. I'm going to dig some out. Oh, there it is there. So I'll dig out the pipe sealant. We'll get that on, and then I'll show you that. Yeah, in all my years of pulling wrenches, a lot of it. Let's see, I've been a mechanic, industrial mechanic, for 35 years now. 12 years out of that's been on heavy mobile equipment, mostly all the hydraulic kind of articulating, digging, winching, craning. What else did I do? Material handling, booming, water pumping, tree bark pumping, tree trimming machines, all this stuff. It's all been related to hydraulics. And what I see on some of the YouTube channels is guys reaching for the Teflon tape. Now you're going to argue, a lot of guys argue with me and say Teflon tape is fine. I'm going to be here to tell you that it is not fine. It is the kiss of death for hydraulics. A little piece of that stuff tears off, migrates, get into a pilot operated check valve, gets into the flow control like what we're installing here today, gets into a swash plate, drive for a pump, gets anywhere, gets through a metering orifice, you're dead in the water and you've ruined it. And some of these orifices are buried in the hydraulics. Good luck finding it. And I'll tell you, it's a nightmare. It's a lot of scratching heads, a lot of difficult troubleshooting. So I am not sponsored, and I am not promoting any particular product in general. But what I am promoting is the use of a thread sealant, particularly PTFE, which is a Teflon thread sealant. This happens to be Loctite 656. Use this in your hydraulic system. Do not use Teflon tape. If you want to leave a comment saying you use Teflon tape, I'm going to take it off because you're stupid. And I said it, you're stupid. Do not use Teflon. Teflon tape is for the kitchen sink. Okay? So there it is. I said it. I'm going to stand behind it, and it's not up for discussion. So let me get this fitting going. I found the Teflon tape, or the Teflon pipe sealant, and I want you guys to see that. So what I did here is I take a dab and I smear it around with my finger. Try to get it all the way around if you can. That's almost all the way around, close enough. It'll get smeared in with your threads. And then when I screw this in, the excess will be there. if you get some on the front, this stuff's non-migrating and it is dissolvable in the oil. The oil will take care of it, wash it out. But I don't try not to get it in there on the front. If you can do, you can wipe it out with your finger. It's not corrosive, it's not deadly. It just works good. So we're going to screw this and set this in so that the flow controls properly, and then we'll go out to the tractor when I get both of them done and we'll install them. How tight is tight? Well, this is an NPT fitting. I'm using a long pattern wrench, if you know what that is. Long pattern. That's not even a long pattern. It might be a long pattern. Yeah, it's a long pattern. The long pattern wrench gives you extra torque, but we don't necessarily need it. This is a pipe thread. So I'm using moderate force, one hand. Okay. I'm using the open end. It's a good wrench, so it fits well. We can use the box end here. And I wish I could tell you how tight I'm pulling, but it's not super. I just dropped the pipe dope. Not super tight. So let me get this finished up, and then we'll get ready to install. I'll get both of them done. I'll talk about it. Well, we got all that done. We're heading back over to the tractor. I sprayed some MP in the Amsoil MP into the locks. Trying to stop that problem from them freezing up, the moisture in them. We'll see how that goes. There's the finished product all set up. So we got to pull one hose at a time off of the directional cylinder. Oh, Lordy. And then that'll go in its place. So, hand me 11/16. I'll do this one. You can do the other one. The oil's a little bit warm. No pressure.
Which flow control do you need?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So put that one. That's going to make the hoses a little bit weird, but that's okay. So that's a JIC female swivel. Let's see how that goes. We might change the direction of that. Give me the 15/16. I'm going to change that direction a little bit. Is that what I'm looking for? No. Try 7/8.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to loosen that off.
Can you adjust the direction of these?
Yeah, this is an SAE fitting. Underneath the SAE fitting, there's an O-ring in here. So that allows us to bump this over. Well, that's the theory. There, we bumped it over. I'm just moving it over so I get a good hose path. And then you take that. So that's 360 degrees, and you can do whatever you want. Take that 11/16, please. If I have it, never mind. So hold that from turning. Okay, put that hose on the other end. Explaining to Jake earlier that there's a hex on the hose. Sorry, I'm out of shot. this hex right here, if the hose has a tendency to want to twist, you can hold on to this while you tighten the JIC nut. What happens when you twist hose or put them in bound, it's called binding the hose. It'll break the wires inside, and the hose will fail probably 10 times faster than it would.
If it was its natural flow path.
Right, because it's got a natural lay to it, and you don't want to take the hose out of its natural lay if you can avoid it. So this is the second one going in. Hopefully these are rated at 2,000. That's what we had in stock, so they should be okay. If not, we'll find out. It'll be a shower of oil. Here, put this one on, Jake. Yeah. It'll be a shower of oil, and we'll be upset. You can see what I was talking about was the gear segment, and this being the pinion. So we want to loosen that off with the 15/16, and we're going to turn it out a little bit. Oh, I like that. That looks good. Look at how parallel they are. In fact, that looks like sweetness. That's good. Now tighten up that. Here, let me see. You might want to save these caps because when you're doing hoses, it's nice to have caps around. Look at that, eh? Brand new micro pitting already. I stored those drawed in, so you can see what happens with your hydraulics. You like it?
I like it. So a little bit more snug, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Now, let's get this. This is going to work here. Ooh. How far back? This put us in a particularly ugly situation. Do I like that?
If so, we may be getting some new hoses.
I think we will be. I think we're going to test this now, and then I'm going to order some hoses. So go ahead, tighten that up, because that's a little bit of a
strain.
It's a bit of a strain on her. It's not super brutal, but I think the hoses will be about maybe 15 bucks a piece off of, I'll get them off Princess Auto. I don't know where these hoses came from, if there's part number tags on them, so they may be, they're probably part numbered to the snowblower. Oh, sorry, I'm out of shot.
Okay.
Good. That's good. All tight?
Yep.
Okay, let's fire it up. Fire up, engage the PTO, and we'll hit. You're going to have to sit in the cab, and I'll come out here and play with it.
We'll hit the RPM and see how it goes.
Yep. Push hard. That's got a 2-stage door.
Okay. Fire her up.
Yep. Go ahead. What are you waiting for?
Step on the clutch.
Yeah. Yeah, Jake's new on to try his old tractor. What? What? No, I want you to turn it on. Yeah? You don't need the PTO. Yeah, I think for the remotes you don't need. Try the remote stick. I don't know if you need the PTO on this or not. I don't think so. Try a remote stick. Okay, so you don't need the PTO. So bring it up to PTO speed. Go the other way. Other way. You see how fast that was. So we need to control the flow out. We're just turning this down. Okay, again. The other way. Out. Okay, that's still too fast. Okay, again. There we go. That's getting somewhere now. So that was this one out. So I'll slow that one down a bit. Sorry, I got out of shot. Take this one down, okay? 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 There we go. The other way. The other way. See, I'm stopping it now. Whoa! Go the other way. Well, I just found something. Did you see that? Go back the other way. Watch these hoses. Slow. Other way. Those hoses went into full bind, and it even looked like it was torquing on the plate. So what do we got here? Okay, let's try this. Okay, go back the other way you came. The control. Go back. No, turn it. I'm trying to set this up. Other way. Is that it? Whatever, bizarre. I'm just wondering if there was a stop in there. Will it go further? Yeah, that's terrible. Look at the wrap on that. I wonder if we should turn that cylinder around. Go the other way. We're going to play with that a while. I'm thinking I'm buying longer hoses. But that being said, I mean, these are, when you touch these now, these are slightly warm to the touch. And that's the fluid shear. But I think we like that now. We have good control. Good control over it now. You like the control on that now?
Yeah.
Feels good?
Yeah, there's that cable arrangement is funny. If it goes too far to one way, you have to hold on to the stand.
What? It's these two linkages here.
This cable arrangement with the way the detent is on the controller with the speed we were going at, if it pops into the detent, it whips around so fast. Is it not? It tugs on these hoses.
No, it's not fast. What am I seeing here?
Originally.
Whoa, I got a leak. Is the coupler leaking or is the hose leaking? Yeah, we got some more leaks. Oh, look. Look at that, boys and girls. Teflon tape.
On hydraulics.
On hydraulics. So we got another leak to fix because look what we have here. Puddle on the ground. All right. Well, we're going to shut her down. We're going to take those apart and
we'll keep filming.
we'll fix that up. So this isn't the TYM. None of this stuff. This stuff here is from Provnos, the snowblower guys. And the guys at the shop set this up, so I think they have some problems here. And I'm going to go ahead and reset all the quick couplers. We'll do them one at a time, and then we'll check it again for leaks. So I'm going to top up the transaxle, fix these hoses, take off the Teflon tape, put some PTFE thread sealant in here. Yeah, this one's leaking pretty good. And then we'll test it again and see how it goes. So today has been an awesome day, because we've got the speed control where we want it.
Like I said, viewers, the detent, there's a detent on the switch.
On the lever.
On the lever, and it pops into the detent, and you just have no control in the one direction. And it was
so I can set up the speed. We can set up the speed, we'll play with it, so that we don't have to go into the detent. Because I believe the black, yes, this is detented. This is the black remote, green remotes. This is the green remotes, there's the detent right there. You can see the bottom one doesn't have it. That's the detent adapter. And this is the hydraulic blocks. So I think we're gonna have to fix that.
And you can feel the detent all the way up in the lever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It locks in, so that's if you're...
It's a bit of a harsh lock in, and it's very difficult. It was very difficult without the flow controls to have any control. It was really violently whipping us around at PTO speed. Because I guess who would want to have to play with the throttle all the time during snow blowing?
Yeah, it slows you down. So what we're gonna do is fix the leaks, and then the detent, that's for a hay mower or something that has a motor on it that you would lock in. Trying to think. There are hydraulically driven bush hogs, something in a maybe. Oh, I know, a manure spreader.
Yeah.
It could be a hydraulically tow behind manure spreader. It might have that, so that's why the detent's there, so you don't got to drive around hanging onto a lever. That's what that does. So we're going to shut this down, fix all this, and we'll see how it goes. So we just finished up on this, putting in the speed control. We'll demonstrate it for you. We do have one leaking fitting. I took it apart 2 times and I can't get it to stop leaking. So that means either the quick connect male or the pipe adapter to JIC is toast, one of the two. So we'll order those 2 parts, no big deal. Yeah, Chinesium all the way. So whatever, we'll fix it up. Anyway, Jake's gonna demonstrate the rotation, how it's working now. That was tilt to rotation. So there we are now. That's a good controllable speed. You should be able to hit the mark. The only thing is these aren't temperature compensating. So what that means is they will, you know, I'm looking at this. See, I can't do it. I was looking at the cylinder. I got 3 ports on the bottom, but I don't have that on the top. what do I got to do? I got to change ports on the bottom, and I have to swivel the top. I'm going to change that so this hose sits better. I won't do that today, but that'll be my plan. So these are just a few of the tweaks. So if I change from here to here and turn this, can I do that? No, I can't, can I? Bummer, because I can only go, yeah, because if this was turned right here, I'd have to pull the tie rods apart. If that port was right here, because that's the middle of travel. Well, right now we're on the far end, or at the other far end, it seems like the hosing ends up crappy. So that's this is got, no, I can't. I have to undo the tie rods. I have to undo the tie rods and twist it. Fluid leaking down there is just I sprayed the seal in here to lubricate it because you can see it's too much weather. But anyway, it's doing what we want it to do now. We can control the speed. It's all good. We topped it up. We figured we put 5, maybe 6 liters of TDH in her. Bring her back up. She's due for her service. I think one more snow plow and we're going to do the service. Or maybe tomorrow even I might do an early service and see if I can get cleaned up. I got to get the yard finished up. But today, the rest of the day, we got to haul firewood in the house because there's no more firewood in the house. So that's what we're doing. So thanks for joining us on this hydraulic repair. We managed to fix 3. It was leaking up here. And it was leaking 2 down there. So we fixed 3 leaks. We still have one that the fittings are, unfortunately, I can't make them stop leaking. So that's a tough one. I could try to run a dye and a pipe tap. Maybe I'll do that. But I'm going to order the parts anyway, just to have them. So maybe we'll give that a try and make a video and see if we can fix a bad fitting. You never know. I don't know if I have a 1/2-inch MPT dye, though. I'd have to look and see. But that's what we're up against. It's higher pressure now because of the flow controls, but that don't mean nothing. It should still not leak absolutely at all. So anyway, there we go. That's back together. We got it all figured out. The door locks are working better now. We did some work with it, so just some minor tweaks. So when you have equipment, expect to do minor tweaks, but we're definitely going to do something with this cylinder, this hose arrangement. I'm going to try, because I don't like it, because eventually it will pull the hoses loose. That's, that's another thing too. Crazy Travel does that. So we got the shear bolt in. It's still looking good after doing some blowing. We blowed up the big pile out, cleaned all this up. We got the path opened up for the truck to load the firewood down to the house. I'm going to do a video maybe tomorrow on the A10 chain that we bought for the Steel 170. And the Steel 170 chain, don't get me wrong, is fantastic. But some of the brush work I got to do is iffy. So if we use a $10 chain, we'll see how it works. And there you go. So thanks for tuning in today on we did a little bit of hydraulics work on the TYM 264 and the Puma blower. Got things tweaked out. Everything's working, from a 9 to a 9.5. They get rid of that leak and we'd be at 10. So there you go. Anyway, thanks again. We'll see you soon. And don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for more content. Cheers.